My dear child, something incredible just happened in the realms of heaven, something so unprecedented that it has brought the entire celestial court to a complete pause. A crimson envelope arrived at the gates, and in an instant, every angel paused in their duties, every watcher turned their eyes, and a profound silence swept across the heavenly domain. But know this, it is not just the arrival of the envelope that caused such silence, it's the message contained inside that captured the very heart of heaven. And here's what will shock you, the message inside this red envelope is about you. Yes, your life, your journey, my dear child. The truth it carries is so urgent and powerful that it echoes throughout the highest courts of heaven. And now I'm placing it gently, purposefully, in your hands. But, before you reach in to open it, you should ask yourself, who wrote this message? Why now? And why am I receiving it? Hold on tight, because today I'm going to reveal all of these mysteries to you. Yes, this red envelope has shaken the very foundation of heaven. From the moment it crossed the threshold, an unseen change took place, and ever since, it has become the center of every whispered conversation in the heavenly realms. Speculation flows like a powerful river, swirling and reaching my ears. The questions are endless. Why is this red envelope? Why does it bear your name? Those caught up in the murmurs don't understand the depth of what's written inside. Their excitement is genuine, but it is hollow because they do not fully understand. Only a sacred few, those entrusted with divine authority, have been allowed to see its contents. Here is a crucial truth you must remember: these few remain completely silent. Not a single word escapes their lips. Why? Because they understand the profound significance of the message within. They recognize the enormous power that has been set into motion through this declaration about you, and that realization silences them out of reverence and awe. They understand how serious this moment really is. And I know, deep inside your spirit, I feel your heart quicken. You're eager. You long to know the words within the envelope. You want to know who wrote this message and why it came at this time in your life. But this is no ordinary message, and it is not to be rushed. So, before I reveal even a single word, I ask something simple but important from you. Give me just 8 minutes of your time, attention, and open heart. Because I want to share everything, fully, with no details left behind. The completeness of this message has the potential to change your path, to rewrite your story in ways you can't yet imagine. If you're ready, if your spirit is calm and your heart is open, stay with me right now. Together, we will start to uncover what heaven has declared about you, my dearest child. Before I reveal the message sealed within this red envelope and the hand that wrote it, I want to take you back to the very beginning of this extraordinary moment. Because what I'm about to say will not only clear your doubts, but will also leave you breathless with awe. Understand this clearly: heaven did not seek out this red envelope. No angels were sent on a mission to fetch it. No whispered prayer or plea summoned it from the unseen realms. This is the part that will surprise you: the red envelope arrived in heaven by itself. It found its way there, as if drawn by a force stronger than any known law or command. I realize how strange this sounds, even impossible, but stay with me as I explain. Just this morning, as the first rays of divine light poured over heaven's gates, one of the watchers, the eternal sentinels assigned to guard the sacred entrances, noticed something completely out of place. There, quietly just beyond the threshold, lay an object glowing a bright red. It was vibrant, radiant, and strangely still, as if it carried a peaceful purpose that demanded respect. This was not an ordinary sight, it was unlike anything the watchers had ever seen in their eternal vigil. Intrigued and cautious, they opened the gate, not to admit an intruder, but to examine this mysterious arrival. As they got closer, it became clear that it was an envelope. Simple. Red. Unadorned. No seal or mark to declare its origin. Simply silently waiting, where eternity begins. But here's where the wonder deepens. Though the watchers held this envelope in their hands, they found they could neither open it nor move it beyond the gates. Nothing can enter heaven without my explicit permission. Sensing the profound weight of this discovery, one of the watchers hurried to me immediately. They arrived quickly, with reverence and urgency, recounting every detail, the startling color, the perfect stillness, the almost sentient patience of the envelope, as if it knew exactly where it was supposed to be. Hearing this, I gave a clear command: allow it to enter. Bring it before me. And the moment that red envelope passed through the gates, something changed, a movement in the unseen, a stirring in the eternal that no one had expected. This was not simply an arrival. This was a divine declaration. Here's your beautifully polished passage, now organized into well-punctuated and grammatically correct paragraphs for ease of reading, emotional clarity, and impact. My dearest child, what happened next will shake your very being. Are you prepared to hear it? Then stay close, because I am about to reveal the moment that brought all of heaven to a sudden and breathless pause. The instant that red envelope crossed the threshold of heaven's gates, everything changed. What had been a calm and sacred morning, wrapped in the stillness of divine peace, was shattered in an instant. The gentle calm that once covered heaven like a soft, comforting cloak was swept away by a powerful force. The winds did not just stir, they rose with a fierce, roaring intensity, tearing through the clouds like the clarion call of a trumpet heralding a divine declaration. The watcher, entrusted with holding that red envelope, chosen for this solemn task, found his grip weakening. The envelope slipped through his fingers, carried away by the sudden tempest. A storm unlike any other born on earth, forged by heaven's will. Nobody could catch it. No one could follow its quick flight. The envelope vanished in a blink, swallowed by a whirlwind created by unseen hands, a storm that defied all expectations. The watcher came to me afterward, trembling, not from fear of judgment or anger, but weighed down by sorrow and confusion. He believed he had failed and had let me down. But I looked deeply into his heart, beyond what his actions revealed. I saw not failure, but the unfolding of prophecy. Understand this, my child, nothing that I have set in motion will ever be lost or accidental. This moment was never a mistake. It was a divine signal, a sacred awakening scripted before time began. The truth is written clearly. Nothing hidden will last forever, Luke 8 verse 17. What was once hidden is about to come to light. The words sealed inside that red envelope were never lost, they were deliberately set in motion, carried forward by divine purpose. But, before I reveal what is written there, before I allow your eyes to behold the truth that even angels tremble to see, you must first understand where that envelope was discovered, and who I sent to find it. Stay with me, this journey has only just begun. So, my dearest child, I called upon my most trusted watchers, who linger on the edges, delighting in idle gossip or fluttering about chasing rumors, but those forged in the fire of purpose. Warriors of the Spirit, with eyes like blazing stars. These are the ones who move with unwavering determination, undistracted by fear or doubt, and whose mere presence commands silence throughout the heavens. To them I spoke with a voice that transcends time and space: go forth and retrieve what has been sent. Bring it back, whatever the cost. Returning without it is not an option. Without hesitation, they set out, scouring every corner of eternity. From the gleaming golden hills to the vast expanse above the distant stars, to the sacred gardens where even the softest angelic step is a prayer. Then, beneath a tree untouched by any hand, neither mortal nor angelic, they found it, the red envelope. It did not glow with celestial light, nor did it hover, or bear any chains or seals. It simply lay there, quiet and still, as if patiently waiting for the one destined to claim it. They approached with reverence and tremors of awe, because what they carried was no ordinary message. With careful hands, they lifted the envelope, a vessel holding a mystery far beyond earthly comprehension. Inscribed not with ink, but with the weight of a spiritual conflict. They brought it to me not as mere parchment, but as a carrier of secrets woven in the language of conflict. When I opened the seal, there it was, your name, my child, written boldly across the page. But that was just the beginning. A haunting proclamation lies beneath your name, written in a script that no human pen has ever traced. If this envelope passes the gates of heaven, it will bring an end to their joy, shatter their purpose, and sever the bonds of their divine calling. There was no signature or mark of origin, only a powerful sense of rebellion. A thick shadow of pride. A suffocating darkness that spoke of an ancient foe, one cast down but not defeated. For this was not an earthly threat. It was a spiritual battle, a reminder that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers, authorities, and powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 6 verse 12. The message was clear. The battle for your destiny had started. My dear child, the enemy has just revealed his hand. And what I do next will send every dark force into retreat. But, before I go any further, you must understand why this assault has been launched at this time, and how your adversary has already sealed his own defeat. That red envelope was more than just a threat, it was a declaration of spiritual warfare. Its sender believed that they could curse your destiny in heaven's hidden courts. Strike without being detected. Leave you exposed. They assumed you were alone, unprotected, and unaware. But they forgot one important truth: you belong to me. I never look away from my own. I never ignore a whisper of injustice against those under my care. I stood watch while they plotted in the dark. You have been protected by my covenant, guarded by my angels, and marked by my blood. No force of evil can overturn the pronouncements I have made over your life. So hear this: the moment that envelope crossed heaven's threshold, I broke its power. I summoned my most powerful warriors, and they rallied to my command. The enemy's scheme will be uprooted before it can take breath. His shadows will scatter. His plan will be dismantled. When the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Isaiah 59 verse 19. And that standard is rising now, raging across the heavens like a storm of justice. This is not your duty to bear. This is mine. I carry every blow struck against you. I silence all false accusations. My response will not be a whisper, rather, it will rumble through the foe's dark strongholds. I declare over your life, this envelope will not close your chapter, it will ignite the very battle that cements your victory. When the dust settles and the adversary is defeated, your name will not be forgotten, but will be exalted. You will stand unshaken, triumphant, and your story will be forever marked by my power and grace. My beloved child, I know your heart's desire for light and the joy of receiving blessings. When prayers break through the silence, answers arrive like the dawn. When miracles appear before your eyes, shimmering with hope and promise. Yes, I am with you in those glorious moments, rejoicing in your victories and celebrating the fulfillment of the promises I have made over your life. But understand this, I am not only found in the joy of answered prayers and the glow of blessings. I am also waiting. In the quiet spaces where time feels suspended and heaven seems hushed, as if holding its breath. I am present in the stillness, when everything seems frozen and you wonder if I am nearby. I walk beside you through the storms, in the chaos that spins your world off its axis. When every step feels uncertain and your heart trembles for stability, I'm with you. I am there in the seeking, when your voice falters under the weight of tears and your soul cries out for comprehension. I hear every whispered plea and aching question that spills from your spirit in the darkest hours. And I am closest in the surrender, that sacred moment when you lay down your burdens, fears, and hopes and entrust them to me. Even when your eyes cannot see me and your heart struggles to feel my presence, know this: I have never abandoned you. Not for one breath. Not for one heartbeat. I am unchanging, yesterday, today, and forever the same. I am unfailingly faithful, steadfast beyond doubt, and I will never abandon you. You are mine, deeply and eternally. And I'm holding you now, tightly, lovingly, without end. My beloved, you may not realize it right now, but your life is creating a tapestry of far greater impact than you can see. Every quiet act of kindness you perform, every decision to respond with love instead of anger, every time you raise your gaze to me when despair whispers to give up, it all counts. Each of these moments carries weight beyond measure. Someone, somewhere, is watching you, not to judge, but to find a ray of hope in a world that is often dark. Someone's grip on life is firm because they saw your strength, your refusal to give up. There will be lives saved, not because of grand gestures, but because of the way you lived with unwavering faith when the storm was at its most fierce. Someone who has wandered through doubt and fear will regain trust in me because you demonstrated what it means to believe when hope appears fragile. My precious child, you are a radiant light, a beacon shining in the depths of shadow. And, while the ripples of your faith may appear small now, they are spreading, quietly, powerfully, and eternally. One day, when you stand before me in the fullness of heaven, I will reveal everything. I will lift the veil and reveal the countless souls touched by your faithfulness, courage, and the way you endured. And you'll be amazed, beyond what your heart can currently comprehend. So do not become weary. Continue walking forward in faith. Keep shining with your whole heart. I am moving through you in ways that you cannot see. And I am very proud of you, my child. The shift you have experienced was necessary, even if it felt sudden and confusing. I know the pain it brought. The heartbreak. The questions lingered like shadows. You didn't understand why I drew you away from that familiar place, why I let certain people fade out of your life. It felt like a loss. A door closes quietly, with no reason or explanation. But listen carefully now, you are entering a new season, a sacred time when the fog will begin to lift. The pieces of the puzzle you've been struggling to fit together will begin to fit. You'll come to see that I've been orchestrating a divine plan far beyond your wildest imagination. I have been keeping you safe. I've been gently redirecting your steps. I've been aligning your path with my higher purpose. The places and people I asked you to leave behind were never intended to propel you forward into this new chapter. You have not lost anything. You've been delivered. So, don't look back with longing or regret. That chapter has closed, for a holy reason. I've prepared something better. Something pure. Something new for you. And, yes, my beloved one, you will see the results of your obedience. Every tear you shed, every act of faith, every moment you trusted even when it was difficult, will bloom beautifully in due time. The change was not punishment. It was preparation, a sacred unfolding of what is yet to come.